Hey guys, how's it going? It's May 1st, 2018. Hard to believe it's been 1 year since I was just posting the session for tomorrow night, and I realized that I had first posted it May 1st of last year. Strange. I didn't think it had been quite a year yet, but not much happened in the year, that's for sure. But that's okay. I don't know what's. I don't know how far things are going to go this year, to be honest. At this point, I mean, the weather was absolutely. It's almost summer-like right now. We're in the middle of the evening at 17 degrees Celsius, which is pretty crazy. It's going to get 23 tomorrow. Wow, that's not too bad. It was like, I think I got up to 25. And, started to dip down a little bit. That's the freezing mark, so, I mean, we're definitely into the spring, the mid-spring temperatures. Actually, we're close to summer temperatures today, or getting up there. I don't think we're quite into the humidex levels, but not bad. Anyways, enough of the weather report. Yeah, let's get back into it here for a second and see where I am at. I just installed Skype, so now I had to readjust my microphone again. I can't stand that. I can't stand computers sometimes. I really can't. I'd rather be going outside and just enjoying the air like I did today. But anyways, so we're on. What was I going to do? Oh yeah. There's not much else I was going to do that I can recall that really needs doing at the moment, if that makes a hell of a lot of sense. There's the UP stuff. Yeah, I could do that. It's not a big deal. So I don't know if I really needed to live stream this at all, but I was going to talk about something, I know. Hesitant to talk about it, though. Let's see. Hold on a second here. We'll get to it a bit. So I almost forgot about the session tomorrow. It was actually getting to that point in the week where I was just going through the phases and not really worrying too much about anything. I mean, I looked forward to the weekend. The weekend was okay. It was a good session. Nothing wrong with that. Stop all these trains here for a minute. So we certainly had a good session. It was fun. It's fun when you get into it. And, anytime I load this up, I'm just like, all of a sudden, it's just like, oh, yeah, this is cool. Now, I'm not running a session right now. I'm just loading up just to see where things are at. To try to recall. Oh, yeah, I had another Amtrak that was coming in. And whatever else I was doing here. Oh, yeah, had him coming in. So let's hold that there. Can't remember what else I had going on. Not much, except I want to change the spawn locations here. So that's really the only thing that I have that's really pressing at the moment. I've already got right hand running on this section of UP. I've got everything staged off. Got to do something about LA. I suppose the UP side. It's not a major. Honestly, at this point, it's not a major interest. It's not a major thought. It's really not much of a major anything, to be quite honest. Here's before I get into it, and we'll leave it on this backdrop for whatever reason. Is there a better one? Is there a better? I don't know if there's a better backdrop. Oh yeah, that's a better backdrop. That's nice when you get the cars going on. Give us something to see here. But oh, I got the signal set up for that train that's going out. Did I even do anything, or is he just? What was that? Oh, I remember that now. Okay. Okay. I was like, what the hell's that thing doing there? I'm like, oh yeah, I remember that now. Okay. And I'll probably forget by tomorrow night again, so. I love how all the traffic just starts there. So yeah, let's just do the nice night type figure here. 10 p.m. at night. Oddly enough, it's 9:40 Eastern, but paused or whatever. So about the whole thing in regards to where I'm at. Just gonna make myself more comfortable here. Just give me a second. It's too hot in here, and I just realized it. But there we go. So that's nice. Not gonna see that one anyways, but so they're probably, yeah, those ones are, oh, that's a Yuma sub one. Okay, that's even better. So I'll change the spawn points in a second. All it is basically bringing the trains off of the corridor, bringing them from left hand to right hand running. And it just makes I'll have to get used to it from the BNSF side, but it makes it a lot easier on the UP side because the UP gets crossed up, and on the BNSF side, at least one track actually lines up. I forget which one it is. Let me just take a look at that for a second. Let's see which ones. I'll tell you why, how it crosses up. So these crossovers here always get crossed up because you get a left-hand running that's going that way. So it ends up having to cross here while normalizing here. And you get trains that are coming in like this guy here, which is going to Long Beach, just like that one that just spawned. They come around, they come to here, and then they have to cross over to here, and not, it's just a mess. So it's easier to do right-hand running for this. It's easier to do left-hand running for this since everything's spawning and going that way anyways, and whatever. The easier you can make your life dispatching, the better. One other cool note that I'm finding as well too is I can leave the train sitting in these passenger terminals. I haven't quite needed to bring two trains in at once, and if I ever do, I'll delete them all, or I'll delete some of them and make a second path available. But Jesus, Murphy, nothing to stop signals. I know you're stopped. You're not running. So, but here's how BNSF will work. If we start going on right-hand running, he'll come down to 2. So right-hand running out of here gives you to track 2, which also means you're basically going a straight shot now out of Long Beach, which is perfect because you don't have to set up the switches. Now, where it's going to get interesting is at some point well, first of all, if you're a passenger train, bonus again. You go straight through. If you're a freight that's going on to Long Beach, that's going to be the only difference. And you're not going to have to cross one, but you're going to have to cross 2 tracks. Well, not really. I shouldn't say that. You're going to have to cross the eastbound traffic at some point in here. Now, of course, we were actually getting to the point where LA is getting better, so this may be a thing of the past. I don't know. Depends how things go. If I can keep up the pace and things calm down a little bit and whatever, I might be able to get a better flow going inside of Hobart. For now, it's it's actually better than it has been in a while, and I do like the challenge of it. I really do. I'm not feeling bogged down in Hobart. I'm actually less interested in the switching. Despite the fact that there's all that industry available, I haven't been really pushed to worry about it. And in fact, I was surprised on Sunday. Somebody actually did the job that I was actually willing to do, and that was just to set off a few cars here and there, and they're okay with just setting off cars in yards or whatever, and that's fine. Um, it kept me doing what I was doing, and I didn't have to worry about it. Of course, I want to be able to test that I can do it all anyways, but really, it's becoming less and less of an issue with me, or less and less of a concern. It's serving its purpose, and ultimately, how do I describe this? So, let's get out of this screen and get the nice comfy view here before I start getting into changing things around. We'll talk serious here for a minute. So I've basically done everything I can as far as voicing what I think the sim needs. Sim's great. There's no doubt about it. LA's great. Do I have fun with this? Absolutely, I do. But, and there's always the but in this. I know that I have been pushing that wall for some time now. And I start feeling the resistance. It's not that stress feeling like this time around, or it doesn't feel like it's a job, but it feels as if that I'm not, it's almost, put it this way, I get about, 2 people, 3 people that show up for sessions, which is great. And it's not like I haven't, seen, all of a sudden seen progression and then just abandon people. I start seeing people come around, but then, it slows down again. So I don't get the communication that I really wish was happening. I go out of my way, especially, not so much on my forum. I do on my forum, actually. My forum's pretty dead at the moment. But I do go out on Train Sim, and I post, and I talk, and I just basically try to get some communication going as to why there's a struggle. And I see it as a struggle. I mean, this stuff right here, like stop because stop. Who cares? You're stopped at a signal. Okay, that's great and all. There's a toning system available. The AI should be able to do that. That'd be one less nuisance. But anyways, that's not a big deal. That's minor stuff compared to the things that I still think that need to be evolved. Yes, there's a schedule system. We've heard about it for hell. We've heard about some schedule system before version 2 came out. And then it kind of disappeared, and there was supposed to be more better, and blah, 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 and it didn't, and it did, and, now it's, who knows? It's caught in the land of Facebook, or the friends of people, or whatever, and, Jason does his best. He goes on Train Sim, at least, so, I mean, there is some representation there, but as far as any updates or any further information, we really don't hear too much about it. At least I don't. I'm to the point right now. The only thing I go on, I used to go on Run Depot just to view the forums, but the forums are more newbie people going on, and then one of the mods will come on and basically say, "Hey, come check out Depot Plus." Oh, okay. Well, you should really try Depot Plus out because, we do this and that and blah, blah, blah. And like, okay, well, that seems like to be half the messages on there, I find. I mean, I'm exaggerating, of course, but the forum doesn't seem to. I mean, it's a hell of a lot busier than I am right now. There was a time where we kept up with them. That's long gone. as far as I'm concerned. So I don't see the south and the southwest did its own thing, the southeast did its own thing. I don't see what's going on with those guys at all, quite frankly. So it's I put it this way. Last night, and this is something that I've been pushing. Number one, I'm very very tight now on money. Not tight, not it's not super tight or anything. I've been spending more than I've been making for years. But now I have to be careful down the road. I can see down the end of the road things could get difficult if I don't watch what I'm doing. Whether it be certain investments that I have to not hold on to as long as I want to, and other things, and blah blah blah. I'm not going to get into the financial aspect of it, but the bottom line is I have to get things going. I've known I've had to get things going for some time. Of course, now we're in the middle of getting geared up for summer, and the good part is the strategy for my son and I is we've already been out once with the raft. We couldn't do it last weekend. This weekend looks like good weather. We're going to be checking out a different location called Black Creek, which is up by Niagara Falls. No, it's not. Actually, no, we do go out on the Niagara River, believe it or not. It's kind of crazy. But it's we launch the boat in the Niagara River, and then we go down upper Niagara River to Black Creek, which is between Fort Erie and Niagara Falls itself. But it's nothing dangerous or anything. You just you're you stay along the shore, and you don't play around with a current or anything, and you're miles away from the falls itself. But nothing dangerous. So go into the creek, and then you basically we head inwards to, I don't know, we go as far as Stevensville, but we get as far as the Queen Elizabeth way at least. So it'll be a good trip. We don't have as many as much as we have. You might have heard about Ontario having all these lakes and stuff, which they do. The funny thing about our area is, despite the fact that we have the Welland Ship Canal, we have the Niagara River. We have the Welland River. We have a few of the creeks, and whatever. We really don't have that many huge waterways. The Grand River is the closest other river that's basically something that you can navigate with a raft or a canoe, and that's about an hour's west of here. So, I was up there just scouting it out again, and that looks like a possibility. But there's a lot of areas where you have to go a little bit further. But the strategy for me this year is, instead of spending $100 on a motel and going and watching trains in Fostoria, or going up to Algonquin and just running along the pass, we're going to take a lot of day trips this year. We're going to take the raft with us. We're going to go places. We're just going to explore waterways. He seems to love it. I already do love it. It's fun to do. It's nice to get out. It's cool too, because there's a lot of different areas that you don't explore. You start from downstream. You work your way up from the lakeheads. You work your way up the rivers, so you're going up current. So if you're not sure what the river is like, as long as you're going upstream, you don't get yourself into trouble. So if you're not too sure where rapids are, you're not too sure, what portages are available, stuff like that, it's really cool to do it that way. And I'm only 3 hours away from cottage country, actually. So for me this summer, if I'm going to go up to cottages, not to the cottages themselves, but if I'm going to go up to that area where there's all these beautiful lakes and waterways to get a raft out on, It gets a lot better. You go a little bit north of here into central Ontario, and all of a sudden you're just like, whoa. You got the Canadian Shield. It's just tons of lakes and rivers, and it's only 3 hours away from here. So basically, all I have to do, and the raft does fit in my Fiat. I found that out. We found that out a few weeks ago, and happy as hell that it worked. So we were out on Lake Ontario 2 weekends ago. Got it in the car, no problem. He's in the front seat with me. The whole raft sits in the back. Everything's fine. So yeah, that's and I knew this was coming. I kind of warned people that would happen. That's become the focus, and there's been that kind of thing about thinking about, well, what am I going to do on this weekend? What am I going to do? I've got long weekends coming up now. I'm starting to think about other things, but there are other stuff that's going on too. So you got that. Let's put that aside for a minute. So I'm saving money by not going to motels. Instead of going to some place and getting a motel up in central or northern Ontario or whatever, and spending a whole day getting up there, spend a day there or whatever, and then come back the next morning. What I'm going to start doing this year is if I'm going to go up to central Ontario, I'm doing them in day trips from now on. I don't think I would do Fostoria in a day trip. I've done that before. It's not fun, especially 6 hours from here. It's a little bit too far, but there's better places in Buffalo. And I mean, if we're going to do a Fostoria trip, I could still do 1 or 2 of those a year and waste a little bit of money or whatever, or just make it on a very long day or whatever, and we'll see what happens. But we'll see. I'm not too worried about that. There's plenty of places around Buffalo. Ski's over on the other side. I can meet up with him possibly on one weekend when he's not working too much. I know he's gotten busy again. But, that's coming up. I got a couple weekends from now. I might actually head over to because we have our holiday and then the U.S. holidays the week after. I get both of them off, which is crazy, but that's just how it works. Because we take a holiday in lieu of another one, and then so we get 2 holiday weekends in May. It's really nice. Plus I got a vacation day in there. So May is looking to be one of those things where from what I see right now, in 2 weeks from now, then the next, probably the second last and last Sunday, I won't be running because I will be somewhere in a raft or on my way home or something. So the idea is this: the way the day trips are going to work for me, they're usually on a long weekend that I have onto the Monday, because the Mondays are the holiday Mondays, both of them. Those days will be on the Sunday. What will end up happening is on Sunday morning we will likely leave right away and head up there. So we get there around lunch or whatever the hell time we get up there at, and we basically spend the afternoon. I don't think we're going to Central Ontario. I'm probably going to go to actually, because it's May, I'm probably going to end up going over to the U.S. side. I might take the raft with me and explore some of the areas outside. Like even the Buffalo River looked interesting to me the other day. That's another one that's on my mind. And if the weather doesn't cooperate, well, then we could just go rail fanning between here and Cleveland, Ohio. As far as I'm concerned, there's a place not too far away in Berea, Ohio, that's actually a lot quicker than going to Fostoria, and you still get a fair amount of traffic. So he might be interested in that too. So, but anyways, that's happening towards the end of May. June's totally open. I have no holidays whatsoever in June. July, I got a lot of holidays again, and then I have a couple long weekends. I already took my March break or spring break or whatever the hell you want to call it. So I got like half a week of vacation coming at the beginning of July. So that'll play into things too. So there's a lot of time where I'm not going to be running the server on weekends coming up, which means there'll only be the Wednesday available, although one of those Wednesdays I will be on vacation in July. Other than that, I don't know what's going on. So I'm really starting to think about things again. Is where I'm getting at. And I really this has not been on my mind lately because honestly, I really haven't been thinking about it. I've had too many other goofy things going on my mind with money and different. The tax season that just came through, which I did pretty good, except that I'm paying more in child support, which is not fun. So that's changed things as well. I had the discussion tonight, and actually we came to a conclusion that'll work okay for us. I'm not going to fight it, so long and difficult story to say the least, but I'm just going to take it as is and deal with it. Oh, good news though on the money front though. I had $150 worth of change lying around my house that I cashed in on the weekend. I think I might have said that on Sunday. I think I did, actually. It was pretty cool. So I was quite happy about that. Actually I did, because I said Sunday I was in a good mood. So that was good. But anyways, what I'm getting at, or what I'm trying to get at, is last night I was watching. This is something that I've really started considering getting myself into, and that is iRacing. My son and I are into, and mind you, I don't know if I want to get two iRacing account because it's a little expensive and blah blah blah. But he's definitely well, I might. You never know. I might get into it, and then I might see if he wants to get into it and see how it goes from there. But I don't think my graphic card can handle it. I mean, it's okay, but I would hate for my graphics card to crash in the middle of a race, especially when you can wipe other people out and you're in tight traffic and all of this stuff, and something goes wrong, and I'm like, oh no, I can't have that to happen. So I'm a little worried about that. If I was to get involved in that, I might take it very cautiously and try it, and maybe try, but the problem is you gotta get a steering wheel, you gotta get the brakes, the pedals, and you gotta get something that's good. And but I'll be honest, I'm much more passionate about that than I am this. I watched that like crazy, and I was watching. They did an Indianapolis 500. And I was watching it. It was so cool to watch. I mean, it wasn't as good as the real Indy, but it was fun. It was actually a lot of fun. I used to follow NASCAR for the longest time too, and I was just watching the Indy 500 from a simulated standpoint, and it was the full race. They didn't have all 33. There was a few people that dropped out, so they didn't have 33 cars. By the end of it, they only had like 14 or something like that. But I'm watching this thing. It's a 4-hour live stream that they had set up. I could fast forward through all the cautions and everything. They were still, having conversations. And I mean, it's not perfect. It's got its issues. It's got its politics, but it does a pretty good job. And again, it's an online community. It's a huge online community, and I've always wanted to race. And my son loves it. He really likes doing that. We actually play against each other, not iRacing, but we do something else which is free where we'll race each other, and we have fun doing that. So he's beat me a few times. Not too bad when a 10-year-old can beat you, especially when you've raced quite a bit, and he somehow takes the corners a different way sometimes, and usually I kick his butt 9 out of 10 times at least, but every now and then he beats me. I don't let him win, and he'll beat me, and I'm just like, yep. I overtook one corner, and boom, he comes around me, and I'm done.
I never get back, and he just doesn't make another mistake. And anytime I'll challenge him, he might block me or whatever. It's like, hey, it's cool. So, anyways, that's something that I may think of. Of course, the bottom line too is, I mean, you know, you get 2 or 3 people on a server. It's okay, but it gets to the point where, okay, why am I hosting a server for? Why am I scheduling everything? Why am I trying to post forum posts? Why am I trying to do anything? Honestly, why am I on YouTube? I mean, that's something I really have to ask. I've asked myself that for probably close to a year at least. I've asked myself, what the hell am I trying to accomplish? I mean, I want to entertain people. Yeah, you know, it's great. Okay, I'm getting close to 100 views, although the views have tapered off a tiny bit. Not much. I was getting some... days like these, I get the thumbs down. Somebody'll thumbs down this video because I'm not showing their choo-choos. Well, poor you. Go play with your own choo-choos then if you want to. You know, that's the way I look at it. Yeah. I'll get a bunch of thumbs down for that. I don't care. I really could care less about thumbs down or thumbs up. It's just kind of funny when I see people thumbs up and thumbs down, blah 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 blah. Like, I don't care. I don't make a cent on these stupid videos. I don't make a cent on my, you know. I mean, I even put something out there to see if, you know, just to get somebody with donations or something. I posted a thing on my forums. I says, you know, do it. You want to see more? If I saw something like that, maybe I'd be interested to do it. But really, I'm not. I'm not that interested. So I'm barely interested enough to do this tonight, to be quite honest. But I figured I'd do it. It was like, okay, well, I got 2 hours. That's the problem. You got 9 o'clock and you get home from dropping your son off. And you got 2 hours. Like, okay, what the hell are you gonna do in 2 hours? You're just gonna, you know, like, what are you gonna do? Okay. Anyways. Enough blabbing around. Let's get to where I wanted to get. No, not control. I for industries. I don't think. Yeah. Oh crap! I got trains that aren't holding when they should be holding, but that don't matter. Because I'm not going to save this. Okay, AI traffic generation. What we'll do is we'll go ahead and we'll take a look at. Man, that thing's annoying. Okay, yeah, I'll tell you what. Let's get into the main menu for a second. I'm going to go into an extra board because that thing is just annoying the hell out of me. Beep, beep, beep. I did that just to see where we were for the traffic or whatever, so that's fine. Okay. So, what do we have? We have, oh yeah, the corridor. Okay. Trying to get it exactly lined up. Yeah, close enough from what I can see, so whatever. Oh boy, this again. Do I have this on Notepad? I think I do. I'm pretty sure I do anyways. Oops. Yeah, so I got my Skype all set up. That was nice of me. Pictures, documents, Notepad. LA, yes. So yeah, I've said my piece as far as what Run8 needs to do as far as I'm concerned. I mean, the idea, actually, you know, I might as well talk about the idea before and I'm not ranting or anything. I'm just saying what Run8 to me needs to do. And I'll say it once here. I don't know if I've said it on here before. I've talked about the the scheduling system and a few other things, but Run8 really needs to tap into the creative talents, I think, of the people that are out there, or the people that just want to, who love the potential of the simulator, but feel stuck. And like, I don't get me wrong, I like LA. It was gifted to me. If I was going to do anything right now, this is what I would want to do the most. I can't think of anything else, because the only other thing I would do is I would run something much smaller. And, run something more like my area, for example. Like if I personally would love to run something that was more into Niagara. I'm not saying it has to be Niagara. It could be anywhere. It could be a fictitious railroad for all I care. The problem with the current LA, as far as what I've said before, is the spawn points and trying to get. I mean, there's so much stuff to do that it really either has to build on itself, or you have to keep to one section and specialize in a certain area, which is what I'm kind of doing with BNSF. And I've only really begun it, but I really haven't got out of Hobart yet. And it's not a big deal. I'm not too worried about it. I think I can, if the scheduling works as it should. It should only be like one, and there's some tweaking I could still do, and that's the other thing I could have done, was some more tweaking of this. But honestly, at this point, I'm not worried about that. So Alameda Corridor is the one we're looking at here. I don't have the symbols, so now I have to go back in and put them all. So for every train, I basically have to put in Ash Hill 5. So what I'm doing there is I'm just putting some, crap. I'm still used to the old keyboard that I kind of swapped out. I don't know where all the end keys and delete keys. This is a little bit of a different format than my old keyboard, which is now my son's keyboard, since I switched it out about a month ago, oddly enough, but I haven't really done too much with it. Okay, so that's bare tables, international containers. Oh, Jesus. Yeah. Oh, there's 20 of them. What am I missing? Unit coal? Oh, they're down there. Okay, whatever. I'll go down to the international containers then. Ugh. So, IGSG2, ILBG2, ILBG3, KLBG2, QLBACLL1, QLBALPC1, QLBALPC2. This part I do not like. QLBTLBC1, QLHACOL1, SLA, crap, BA CLO1, SLBLC, CLO1, nah, that ain't right. What did I do? SLBLC, I think that's right. Okay, whatever. Blah. I think I got the one going to go. Yeah. LBPCHI1, SLAH, UPTR1 SLH TLD off. Oh, LHA LHTLDR. Let's see. W shy 1 ZLADV ZLC crapola BR westbound ZLCBRB westbound. Those are just indicators so that I know to send it down to Soledad Canyon. Make it interesting. So UP in east, I'll call it. Oh crap. Sorry, I'm just no, tick off. All I'm doing is making sure that they're all in line. No, get out of there. Perfect. Well, this shouldn't take too long to do, believe it or not. I wish you can copy and paste them and do all. I'm sure you, well, you could if the XMLs were still available, but I guess some people rubbed them the wrong way or something. It wasn't me, but. Oh, King of derails. Why? Oh, I didn't put the high in there. Oh, whatever. Helps if I'm looking at the one that I'm thinking about. So that's just UP. Well, that's wrong. I'm not going down to Cajon. Those are Tehachapi westbounds. Totally different. Alright, whatever. Alright, so that one is another westbound. Loaded King of the Rails, CEB main. No. I just did it. Tehachapi westbound. UP. So BNS East is basically the eastern rows of CSX and NS. Alright, I gotta check one more thing here. I had the bear tables. I just want to make sure that I did that right. It's not loaded. It is high though. Whoops, where is it? So we'll just put the H in there. That's fine. Fair enough. Mixed freight. I still have that unit coal, but I'll deal with that shortly. The more I do this, I look like, you know, no, I don't want to call it UP as an utter peon, but anyways, we'll just go with peon. And I should have made that a 2%. Whatever, who cares? I'm not worried about BNSF. There's not much more to look at that. Unit coals. CLBSV, CTISV. There was one that I needed to get out of there. I can't remember where it was. So these are empties. Peon. Oh yeah, there we go. Eastbound main 1, which is going to be UP. The good part about this is most of these are fairly uniform, so everything is just copying and pasting. So this one isn't too bad actually. Unit oil. I've got that one there. Where the hell it went to? There it is. So X watt Rav 7 peon. We'll call it for main 2. BNSF. Alrighty. Okay, fair enough. So I think I got them all in. I should have them all in. Okay, here we go. So hopefully I don't screw things up through lost through translation, but we'll see. Okay, so it's a high priority. Always using ES44s and the thing. Cajon eastbound main 2, and I'm going with the BNSF. Oops,
Forgot to set the bear table amount. Probability, I guess that's 0.5. I don't know what the hell's that. Oh, wait a minute, I'm looking at the wrong one. So yeah, probability of 0.5. Whatever. I'll do the unit coals next. Probability of 1. LBSV. It is another peon. Main 1 this time with just the UPs. Okay. International containers. Well, this will be. Seems like a lot, but it's actually not too bad actually. LBG2, I, LBG3, K, LBG2. So this is the quickest way of doing it. Just you type it in. You just start typing. LPC1. Hit the enter key. If you made a mistake, you can always go back to it. I kind of made a mistake typing because it's kind of screwed me up there. I'm looking at it, I'm like, what the hell's below that? That's not ALB, it's QLBTLPC1. Assuming that's a Q. Yeah, I think it's okay. We'll keep it like that. LBA Clo 1, LBL Clo 1, LBP Chicago 1, SLHA PTR 1, SLH TLDR 1, SLHW Chicago 1, ZLADV, ZLCBR, ZLCBRB, ZLCLT, okay, so these are all loads, are all loaded. There's some kings, so I'm not going to change around. I'm not going to fart around with that too much yet. So far I'm just going in and working one at a time to make sure I have everything set the way I want it. This is the majority of the trains coming out of the thing anyway, so. One that's just sitting there, you're going to delete, well, if it allows you to do delete, which it doesn't seem to be. Okay, so we've done all the loads. I'll start putting these as king of the rail. These are kings. I can tell just by looking at the Z they're kings. Everything else beyond that should be highs.
So I think what I'm getting at as far as this whole thing that's going through my head is it really worth the effort to go through and try to keep doing what I was doing? I was actually, I was actually creating a new YouTube channel the other day, and then I got rid of it. I decided, I had it set up and then I deleted it. I said, no, I'm not getting that many views for the other stuff. Why would I bother doing something different? And I mean, I can grow an audience again on a certain genre if I push it hard enough, but like I said, we're always in a micro niche as we are, but okay, so everything looks like it's eastbound Main 2 with the exception of some of those west. Oh, we got westbounds in there. I got to change the I got to change some of this around. There is some of these symbols I have to change to westbound. Ah, crap. Is it LCBRB westbound? Okay, now I know. 10:31 already. I can think of a lot of better things I could be doing tonight. Trust me on that one. What a waste. All to get the trains just to get on the right track or whatever the hell I'm doing. It's a lot of fumbling around, to say the least. Alright, 3%. If they were all the same, then, or if there's a group of things that were all the same, then I could just fly through this, but because we're coming up to the one that's going to change, the westbounds in particular, they're going to go Tehachapi westbound, or Tehachapi westbounds. So they're not going down Cajon, they're going down Tehachapi subs, so they got to be sub for those. Everything else is so that's fine. BNSF East. These get the UPs. And these get the BNSF only. In fact, everything except the top 4 get just BNSF only. So that makes it pretty easy. We're almost done here. And then I am going to fly. Or find something to fly. Okay, now I'm switching over to UP in East, which is that, oops, that, and that. Excuse me. Probability of 10. What else are we at here? Am I missing some? Okay, I got 2 more probability of HEPs. Mixed freight. Utter peon, main 2 BNSF. That's easy enough. And the unit oil train.
which is also peon with BNSF. And just like that, we're done. Probability is already set for it. Everything else is shut down. Okay, we should be set up now. That should help manage the traffic coming out of the corridor much better. Actually, it'll help. It should help the whole main. The only thing now that I have to worry about is crossing over the one line. If I'm going into the corridor going westbound, everything going east is going to, well, I'll have to check on that. I'll have to cross 3 to 2, but for eastbound Amtrak's, I think the westbound's coming in will just have a straight shot in, but the eastbounds will have to, I guess they would have to cross over to 2 or stay on 4, but nah, it's probably cross over to 2. So there's a little bit of crossing over, but that's okay. That's manageable. There's plenty of room to cross over, so I'm not going to save that. I'm just going to let that do its own thing. Don't save that. That's good enough. Okay. So yeah, I still have other projects, but as long as summer's going on, I really don't feel like doing any other projects at this point. I got a little bit of budgeting to do, probably for the rest of the evening, or who knows, maybe I'll find something else to keep me occupied for a bit, but that's about it for tonight. Beyond, I posted the ad, or posted the thing for Wednesday. I forgot to ask my son if he wanted to do anything Saturday night. I'm going to assume not, although you never know with him. So he wasn't into it. He had a chance on the weekend, despite the fact that things are going on. So I'm not going to push it on him. I really am not. I know him. I know he can get into something and then suddenly not be interested. So whereas other things that he's really likes, like karate, he's constantly into. But anyways, that's all for tonight. I'm going to end this, and I'll see you tomorrow. I'll be on hopefully 10 minutes before, once I get home and have everything set up, and we'll start at 10:02. Hopefully the IP address will not change. I haven't checked. I have not checked. Let me just double check that since I'm here. There's my pathetic forum doing nothing. What do we got here? Yeah, that looks to be about right. 70, 53, 57, 35. I think that sounds about right. I think I checked it earlier, actually. So, anyways, assuming everything stays the same, but I'll double check tomorrow just to make sure. And yeah, we'll see you tomorrow, and we'll take it from there. Have a good one.